A mental block is not a physical skill issue. It's a mental issue. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret that might make this make more sense. 99% of the trust piece of a mental block needs to be grown or rebuilt before you see any physical progress. And this is why so many gymnasts get stuck, because they are looking for the physical progress and not focusing on the mental progress. It's called a mental block for a reason. Now, the tricky part here is that you can't see the trust building up. Trust isn't something you can touch or see with your eyes. It's mental. You have to trust the process, but you've got to be doing the process correctly. Now, what happens to most gymnasts is they feel like they start making some physical progress. Maybe they've broken down their skill into baby steps and they're working back up their ladder and they feel like things are going better. And then one day they come in and they're right back to the bottom of that ladder and they can barely go for their skill on the easiest progression and they take score. This is where it goes wrong. They look at where they are physically and let that totally deplete their confidence. And with that, their trust completely drops. And now they're starting all over again, both mentally and physically. So here's the key. Remember, 99% of the trust piece of a mental block needs to be grown or rebuilt before you see any physical progress. Your goal is not to look at where your skill is. Goal is to continuously work on growing your trust. How do you build trust? You do that by listening to what your brain needs and give it that. So, hey brain, let's do some back handsprings on low beam. How does that feel? Good? Okay, let's try it on medium beam with some mats underneath. Oh, you don't like that? All right, that's fine for today. Let's go back to low beam. We'll do a few more just so we can end on a good note. And then that's it. Doing that day after day. You don't need to push through a mental block. The harder you push, the more your brain pushes back. You need to rebuild trust, but it takes this mental determination to not take score of where you are physically and to just keep listening to your brain without feeling like you should be further along than you are. 99% of that trust has got to be built before you're going to see those physical results. You have to just keep working on filling that trust tank. Fill it up, fill it up, fill it up, fill it up. Don't take score, because physically you're not going to be making much progress. You might not see anything happening, or you might see it go up and then down and up and down. But don't take score of where you are. Take score of whether you're doing that mental work, if you're building that trust, if you're listening to your brain. That's what you need to do. When you get to that point where you've built that trust, that tank is full, then your brain goes, okay, no problem. Let's go for skills today. And that's why it feels like randomly you have this great day and you can do it. It's not random. You've built that trust up. You've listened to your brain. So your brain is able to let you go for your skills again.